I did a more rapid work then. The painting wasn't as detailed at all, and so the painting has taken on a life of its own through time. And I'd say the Mexican influence, Mexican culture, and also Mediterranean, very much. The colors and the way of life, but it's very similar, the Mexican and Mediterranean lifestyle of the growing things and eating from your garden and being outside a lot. Yeah, it's very similar. And I went from stoneware when I first started to after I had my master's degree, then I started using earthenware. And because it had such a broad color range, and it was also a finer clay to work with too. For the things I wanted to make, I was able to get more detail in the clay itself. I use underglazes, which are painted on the greenware. This is pieces that haven't been fired. It's just the dried clay. Then I fire those one time and then put a clear glaze over that. So it's fired twice. Then if I do gold, the gold would be a third firing at a much lower temperature. So sometimes the pieces will have been through the kiln 3 times before they're done. I never do reduction firings, but I started with the gas kiln. I had a gas kiln made after school, after college, and I used it for the first 8 years. And then I got a little electric kiln, and I was so happy with the brightness of the colors and the fact that a lot of my shading stayed, that I've since bought another larger electric kiln. I have 2 electric kilns, and I very seldom now use the gas kiln. Reduction firing is reducing the amount of oxygen in the kiln as the firing is going on. And this reduction causes colors to come out in the glazes. Oxidation firing, you want the oxygen in the kiln so that the colors don't burn out of my underglazes. They would burn out in a reduction firing. So I want an oxidation firing. And you get an oxidation firing in an electric kiln a lot easier. I don't have to watch it as closely as I did the gas kiln. There's enough difficulty in pottery that if something is a little easier, you do it.